Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to IG Nova. New video. Today we do chemistry IGCSE winter 2024 paper 2 variant 2. معلش يا Mr. Mahmoud, today no combined chemistry only or even biology. Yeah? Bismillah. Let's start. As usual, we cancel out wrong options, go for trial error, and as much as I can, I will clarify the doubts by why did I cancel out the wrong options. So let's begin. Question 1, usually about gases, about diffusion, chapter 1. Oxygen melts at Suez melting point -219 على طول. اعمل line على طول. -2.19 it is limiting, and the boiling point -183. At which temperature is oxygen a liquid? Liquid يعني هنا. So melt, boil يعني هنا gas, هنا liquid, هنا solid. So I need any temperature within this range. So by I think the -189 could be placed here. Why -157 is here? 25 definitely higher than this. -225 is lower than this. So B. Question 2. The pressure of a sample gas is decreased. Movement particle. على فكرة movement particle will not be affected by the pressure. It will be affected by temperature. So temperature adds kinetic energy, so more, faster. Like in here, no change. So this is that captured my eye. The temperature is kept constant, so no change in the speed. Collision between particles, since pressure has decreased, so the collision will be less often. صح? Less often موجود. So by cancellation, wrong options or trial errors, we end up with 16. So don't forget, temperature affects speed, pressure no. Rubidium has two isotopes. Isotope has same chemical properties because they have same electrons or same electronic configuration. This is fact, no technical issue here. So option B. They have same number of protons. Even though they have same number of protons, like in chemical properties is dictated by the electron configuration. They have different number of neutrons, though this is fact, again, not related to chemical properties. They have different mass numbers, even though they have different mass number, but not related to chemical properties. So these are correct. These are facts, but irrelated to the chemical properties. Next, which pair of elements react to form a compound with a strong attraction between opposite charges? يعني أمير ionic. Carbon, bromine, non-metals both, so wrong. Carbon, nitrogen, non-metal both, so wrong. Sodium, oxygen, خلينا نفكر فيها. Sodium and potassium, metal both, wrong, so C. Four substances P, Q, R, S are described. P is diatomic. Diatomic more likely to be H2, N2, O2, or halogen. Here he said which substance to be a metal. P is a metal, stick, so cancel out. While B to be non-metal. 7 diatomics, go back to my previous videos, you can check the 7 diatomics we have common in the periodic table. Q is a good conductor of electricity when solid and when molten. So this is a metal. That one to be a metal. Let me think about this option. R is silver solid with a very high melting point, could be. S reacts with oxygen to form a brown gas. So S reacts with oxygen to form brown gas. This is NO2. So non-metal. So S cannot be metal. So C. A good question. Clever. Which diagram shows the covalent bonding in a molecule of carbon dioxide? Don't forget C double bond O, C double bond O. So C. My favorite. Compare between ionic compound and covalent molecules. Here, attraction forces between molecules and sodium chloride, I reject, because sodium chloride compound and there is a lattice, giant lattice of oppositely charged ions. So between molecules in covalence, IMF. So that captured my eye, so C is wrong out. The covalent bond is in sulfur dichloride are weaker. Again, let me repeat. We don't compare covalent. We don't compare covalent covalent bond. We compare the in covalent molecules. We compare the intermolecular forces with the either ionic bond or the electrostatic attraction forces between oppositely charged ions. Okay, go back from my previous videos for more details. The covalent bond in sulfur, again, I said we don't compare the covalent bond. The covalent bond in sulfur, again, we don't compare. We judge the boiling melting of covalence based on the IMF, not the covalent bond itself. So option D. Let's read option D. The attractive forces between molecules in sulfur dichloride, yani IMF, are weaker than ionic bonds in sodium chloride. Either ionic bond or electrostatic attraction force between oppositely charged ion اللي هي أصلا ionic. Thank you. Diamond and graphite and silicon dioxide, all of them are giants in IGCSE. Which description for graphite? It has strong, rigid, three-dimensional shape. This is applicable for diamond and for silicon dioxide. So this is not accepted. It has 4 strong covalent bond. It has 3 covalent bond, not 4. And the fourth one will be delocalized. And here not rigid because slippery, lubricant. And we might accept the idea, but for the idea of being rigid, no, we don't accept because lubricant can slide, layers can slide easily over one another. It has layers on this one. Let me think about it. It has no delocalized electrons. لا أنا قلت هنا 3 covalent and the fourth electron I mean is delocalized. So see. غير الماركر وغير الفونت كمان. Malleability, okay, and ductility drawn into wire, malleability hammered into shape. Ductility, letter DD, drawn into wire, malleability hammer, MM, hammer into shape. The malleability is due to the layers of the metallic bond, okay? Due to metallic giant lattice, they lie in layers, so they can be drawn easily. They are malleable, they are ductile because of this. The idea of being malleable is because of force of positively ions can slide over one another. So let me accept C, please. Also, the from this side could be accepted. Conductivity of electricity is due to the C of delocalized electrons. So C. Stoichiometry. Total volume of gas produced is 360 cubic centimeter at room temperature and pressure. Let me check how many molecules here or how many species are gases. This is liquid, this is gas, this is air. So the total volume of gas is 360 divided by 2400. Let me just bring my calculator. You can start working. Pause the video and start working. So 360 divided by 24,000 equals to number of moles is 0.015. As you can see, 3:1. So how many moles of the reactant will be this one multiplied by 1/3? So multiplied by 1/3 to be 0.05. And we have NMR. Number of moles equals mass over molar mass. Since we have number of moles here, 0.05, so the question is asking for what is the mass. So mass equals NMR. So 0.05 multiplied by 96. So multiplied by 96, 0.05 multiplied by 96 to be 0.48 grams. So option B. Okay. So again, the tricky point here in the question is the total volume of gases. So the total volume of gases means any species that appears as gas in the equation. What is the empirical formula of compound containing 3.6. This is more ratio more. So 3.66 divided by 1, hydrogen is 1, ratio 37.8, phosphorus is 31, ratio 58.5 divided by 16. Don't forget for oxygen ممكن تقولي O2 مستر، لا هنا we count atoms ما في molecules هنا عشان ده compound. تمام. each species is represented as it is، يعني هيدروجين كهيدروجين، phosphorus كphosphorus. تمام. So easy math. So this one hydrogen will be 3.66. This is hydrogen. And for phosphorus 37.8. معلش calculator تاني. Calculator again. Calculator 37.8 divided by 31, 1.219, 1.219 and 1.22, 3 significant figures. And last one, oxygen 58.5 divided by, that gave 3.66, 3 significant figures, 3.66. So add H ratio P ratio O. We divide all of them by the common factor, which is 1.22. Here 1.22. Here 1.22. 3, 1, 3. So H3, P1, O3. We have formula of H3BO3 modular. So option C. Okay, easy, huh? More ratio more, and inshallah it will be easy, especially for paper 4. For paper 4, this question weighs 2 or 3 marks. يلا next. Aqueous copper sulfate is electrolyzed using graphite electrode. بص copper sulfate electrolysis كاثود يعني كوبر، ما تفكرش. اوكي ين copper sulfate electrolyzed using graphite electrode using copper electrode. البرودكت عند الكاثود هو كوبر من الأول. تمام. فالكاثود برودكت هو كوبر. طب عند الأنود if you use graphite typical oxygen bubbles. تمام. طب if you use copper electrode copper will dissolve, anode will dissolve. تاني copper sulfate electrolysis both cases في الحالتين عند الكاثود copper will deposit، والobservation بتاعته brown pink solid. ماشي brown pink precipitation. اوكي. طب عند الانود لو انت ماشي typical electrolysis using graphite يعني inner electrode تمشي typical هيدروكسيد هيروح ويكون oxygen bubbles ووتر كمان كبرودكت. طب لو انا مستخدم كبر الكترود لا الكبر هيدوب هيديزولف. ماشي. هنا يوز جرافايت فاكسجين. تمام. oxygen bubbles off. تمام. فاكسجين bubbles off and the electrode dissolves. it doesn't dissolve. بيديزولف امتى؟ بيديزولف لو انا مستخدم كبر الكترود. ماشي. مره تانية ان شاء الله نعمل in details electrolysis. مهمه دي. molten sodium قلت في البريفيس فيديوز كان تشيك. molten يعني مفيش aqueous، يعني مفيش H بلس مفيش OH ماينس على طول. molten يعني الحاجات اللي قدامك بس، يعني صوديوم وكلورين. سهله والله سهله. صوديوم وكلورين اهو على طول. انثالبي تاني كالكوليتر لا حول ولا قوه الا بالله. ماشي عادي. اكزوثيرميك عرفت ازاي يا مستر؟ عرفت الان حاجتين. الانثالبي تشينج الارو نزل تحت looking downwards، يعني thermal chemical energy has been changed into thermal energy and has been dissipated into the ambience. ماشي. فبالتالي الامبيانس بيزيد في التمبريتشر. اوكي. تاني ريزون ان الرياكتنت energy higher than product. how to solve؟ عادي خالص. bond break للبلس خليها بلس. bond form هي 342 لكن bond formation هو exothermic. حطهم على بعض الاثنين. ماشي. واضح ان هي minus 92 مش محتاجه كالكولي والله ما محتاج. you can check marking scheme. ماشي. sulfur dioxide is converted into sulfur trioxide in contact. condition انت عارفينها طبعا، مرة اعمل one class ان شاء الله كل conditions. تمام، هو حتى قايل conditions في السؤال. vanadium pentoxide and 2 atmosphere او 200 كيلو باسكال. تمام. which row describes and explains the effect of changing condition. ده trial error. ليه؟ لان انا لازم امشي مع كل option one by one. تمام. لو في واحد فيهم correct خلاص الحمد لله. without using catalyst rate will be lower. صح. the activation energy is higher. صح. ليه؟ presence of catalyst to lower activation energy to provide alternative pathway. خلينا نشوف wrong options. افكر في ده. higher pressure effect on the rate higher. صح. explain the particles have more kinetic energy. غلط. فانا النهارده go for question 1 مع temperature بس. فبي is out. lower temperature rate will be lower. صح. the parts collide more frequently. لا less frequently للأسف. معلش. so wrong. lower pressure effect will be on the rate will be higher. غلط. so H2I2 خلي بالك ان H2 colorless I2 purple vapor 2HI colorless. ما عندناش في السيلابس دي انا عارف، بس بديك هند paper 4. You can check same question I think came in June 2024 paper 4 variant 1. You can check. delta H here is plus endothermic which changes increase the yield of HI. يعني همشي كده. خلي بالك البريشر هنا مش هيأثر على اليلد ده. تمام. البريشر هنا مش هيأثر على اليلد. pause the video and tell me why. لأن same number of moles أو particles 2 و2 ف increasing pressure can't help. ماشي. هكنسل 3 فكده 4 is most. أفكر بس في 1 ولا 2. أنه حد adding catalyst. الكاتاليست ممتاز perfect في الريت مش في اليلد. so one is wrong. so D. which row identifies carbon atom that is reduced. reduced يعني وقعت. oxidation number has decreased. and oxidation atom that is reduced oxidation number لازم يقع. reduced يعني lower oxidation number. تمام. مش فاهم بتقول ايه. plus 2 plus 4 من هنا مش من هنا. خلي بالك ممكن تبدا من هنا up to you. بس انا هبدا من هنا اسهل. هيك الاسهل. so reduction oxidation number will drop reduce 0.2 0.4 ده oxidation. 0 ل 0 ل plus 2 معلش my bad. plus 2 ل plus 4 wrong. 0 ل plus 2 برضه wrong. ليه؟ لان ده oxidation we need a reduction. آية السؤال كده reduction so we need drop plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 0 both of them are accepted. so which atom has been reduced. كربون كان 0. كربون هنا plus 2. مستر الاثنين دول يا ابني ده stoichiometric coefficient يا حبيبي we don't include in oxidation number. لا يكرمكم راح للسبيسيز بس. لو قدامه ده 8 ignore خليك في السبيسيز بس. اوكي. طيب so carbon has been oxidized so element carbon has been oxidized. طب carbon dioxide has been reduced. ليه؟ كان plus 4 became plus 2. so طيب أنا عندي حل سحري يعني mysterious. potassium dichromate potassium manganate both of them are oxidizing agents. okay both of them are oxidizing agent. تمام. both of them are oxidizing agent. طيب iron 3 و iron 2 iron 3 و iron 2 iron 3 هيتحول ل iron 2 so it has been reduced oxidizing agent. iron 2 في equation يتحول ل iron 3 has been oxidized reducing agent. so iron 2 sulfate is a reducing agent. اقرأ السؤال هو قايل كده. تمام. قايل كده somewhere قايل كده. اوكي واضحة. so again potassium dichromate oxidizing agent and iron 2 sulfate is a reducing agent. تمام. so by cancellation or by matching option D is correct. خليك فاكر ان الايرون 2 في الرياكشن يتحول لايرون 3 اللي هو dark brown solution دوت. This is due to the it has been oxidized, so it acts as reducing agent. And in return potassium dichromate هتحول من orange لجرين. اللون مش عندك، we don't teach اللون بتاعها. تمام. بوتاسيوم منجنيت، بوتاسيوم منجنيت برضو هتحول اللون بتاعه من purple colorless. ده عندنا في المنهج we have. So potassium manganate we have. potassium dichromate we don't teach. تمام. الcolor I talk about the color. خلاص واضح. Thank you. 19 which row shows the difference between a weak acid and strong acid. degree of dissociation أكيد. weak acid fully dissociation غلط. partial dissociation صح. fully dissociation برضو صح. the idea of being dilute أو concentrated هو مش له علاقة بالacidity، له علاقة ب number of particles الموجودة دايرين في aqueous solution. تمام. so by cancellation option D is correct. ميثايل اورنج ريد. اقول لك على حاجه، ميثايل اورنج هو الاخ الصغير لليتمس بيبر. ليه؟ لان both of them are red in acidic medium. both of them litmus paper and methyl orange both of them بيحبوا الاسيد، فانا محتاج حد هنا يحولني ريد، فمحتاج اسيد. thank you. which row describes zinc oxide. zinc والالومنيوم هما الاثنين amphoteric. you can check chapter 7 oxides amphoterics. calcium oxide metal so basic. so option easy الحمد لله. paper is easy till now. transition metal catalyst كيد. color oxide ممكن يكون yellow green red ماشي accepted colored يعني. conductivity of electricity good ف poor rejected so B is out and D is out and C also out. so A. fluorine F2 most reactive metal in the periodic table as most reactive non-metal in the periodic table or most reactive non-metal in group 17 or group 7 or halogen can displace all. تمام. found at the top of group 7. which statement describes fluorine? it is inert wrong, monoatomic wrong, diatomic, solid never, gas so option C. اول ما اشوف الالومنيوم وهيدروكلوريك اسيد والرياكشن ما بيحصلش نو رياكشن لان ده عنده حاجه في الكيمستري اسمها باسيفيشن. ايه هو الباسيفيشن؟ فكره الراستنج كده في الايرون، فكره الكروجن كده في الاذر elements. يعني هو covered by protective layer of aluminum oxide على طول fact no technical issues. sacrificial protection we use one metal which is more reactive and we use one metal which favors formation of positive ion or easily oxidized. أقول تاني again we use more reactive metal صح. تمام. because it undergoes reduction before iron لا oxidation غلط and loses electrons easier than iron. خليني بس cancel out wrong options. zinc is used in sacrificial protection أو as such sacrificial protector because it gains electrons and lose electrons. so 2 is wrong. let me think about this one. هو إن شاء الله يكون correct لكن اتأكد. copper is not used because it is less reactive صح. magnesium is used as sacrificial protector because it loses electrons صح more easily or more readily. again more reactive to form positive ion and readily or easily to lose electrons. ماشي. يعني being oxidized easier than iron. خليك فاكر ان الميتال to be good metal to be reducing agent لان بيحصل oxidation. ماشي. aluminum is extracted from its ore by electrolysis. what is the role of cryolite? cryolite ده to lower the operating temperature موجودة. fact greenhouse gases don't forget RR absorption of thermal energy reflection of thermal energy, emission of thermal energy back into space. لكن because of methane, because of carbon dioxide, they form a blanket of gases to reduce the emission آخر حرف into space and to trap some energy and reflect them back into our Earth atmosphere, leading to global warming. ماشي. two greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, methane. صح. carbon dioxide, oxygen. غلط. methane, oxygen. Wrong. We need RR, absorption, emission, reflection. This one, absorption, creation. Wrong. creation. Wrong. absorption, emission, reflection. صح. لكن دي غلط أصلا. دي من البداية أصلا قلنا إن هي غلط. So we'll see. Last question before organic. Which mixture contains all of the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. potassium موجود. وأمونيوم يعني نيتروجين وفوسفيت. صح. شو بي. easy. يلا organic. Between. Bromine reacts with butene. butene 1 2 3 4. هنا في دبل بوند. الباقي هيدروجين عشان ما يضيعش وقت. addition reaction مع BR. هنحط BR هنا وBR هنا. can be 1 and 4. cannot be 1 3. مستحيل. wrong. cannot be 1 and 2. wrong. this is wrong. wrong. كله wrong. تمام. cannot be 2 and 2 يعني ايه برضه wrong. ليه؟ because you break the bond and add 1 to each carbon. واضحة؟ again 29 addition reaction for alkenes. You break the bond and add to each one. We can't add to the same one. We can't add to a different one. يعني هنا carbon number 1 has no double bond. ايه ازاي احط لها؟ no way. same هنا. تمام؟ so option C. name طيب 2,3 dibromobutane in not in. اسمه 2,3 dibromobutane. تمام. next 30. Which statement is correct? Bitumen is used as fuel for ships. This is mistake. Wrong. Coal and natural gas and oxygen are all fuels. Oxygen ده مش fuel. So wrong. Hydrogen is the main constituent of natural gas. Mistake. Methane. Sodium. من غير ما أقرأها أصلا. Which statements explain why ethanoic acid is saturated? As all carbon are single covalent bond. ماليش علاقة بأي الإيثانويك أسيد عنده C double bond O. لو don't count. they count carbon بس. تمام. This is fact of being dissolving يعني water aqueous not related to carbon single. فين carbon single bond خالص صح؟ C. تمام. same homologous series. They have the same chemical property. لا طبعا they have similar chemical properties. ماشي. not same. They have same physical properties. غلط. They have gradual trend in the physical properties. تمام. and هنا برضو if you accept this one you might accept this one because they have the same number of carbon atoms. برضو mistake because they do not have the same number of carbon atoms. They have gradual number of carbon atoms. They have different chemical properties because they have different number of carbon atoms. They have different physical properties مش chemical properties. They have similar chemical properties عشان عندهم نفس ال function group. wrong. They have different physical properties because they have different number of carbon atoms. Accept. 33. Which row shows the properties of methane? هو الميثين دوت هو هيدروكربون فما بيحبش الميه. بيكرهوا الميه الجماعة دول. Okay. So 33. soluble in water. لا طبعا. state room temperature gas. positive test with aqueous bromine لازم يكون alkene. الميثين alkane. So it doesn't give. So A. 34. Which statement gives the advantage of preparing ethanol by fermentation rather than by adding steam to ethane? Fermentation takes several days to complete. ده disadvantage not advantage. We need the advantage. Latent energy is used in the fermentation process. خلينا نفكر فيها. تمام. The fermentation of glucose from sugar can produce pure ethanol. غلط. ده احنا نحتاج fraction distillation. So impure. Fermentation uses a non-renewable raw material. Fermentation uses a renewable raw material. So this is wrong. أصلا مش fact. Mistake. So B. Which equation represents an addition reaction? Addition يعني single product is produced. The 1, 2, 3 products and a 2 products and a single product. So A. How many amide linkage? So here 1 amide linkage. Here not amide linkage. Here 1 amide linkage. So total number of amide linkage are 2 or is 2. So 36 could be C or D. Ester linkage. This one is ester linkage. So only 1. So C. Protein, amino acid has carboxylic group and has amino group. تمام. This is diamine. This is a dicarboxylic acid or dioic. ودوت هو النايلون. ماشي. Weird structure. Diol, dicarboxylic acid, and this is PIT. So nylon. PIT. So polypeptide or protein is A. Single fixed volume على طول. Single fixed volume. Pause the video and answer. Pipette. Pure solid copper nitrate. copper nitrate يعني aqueous. يعني أنا محتاج crystallization. copper sulfate aqueous. يعني أنا محتاج crystallization. في crystallization في الموضوع. تمام. بس هو عايز إيه؟ mixture copper nitrate and copper powder. copper powder is water insoluble. ففي الأول add water to dissolve the copper nitrate. بعدين اعمل filtration. filtration. So add water then filter. add water الأول then filter then crystallize. So B. Question 40. Aqueous sulfate ions. To test for sulfate ions we need barium. Sulfite potassium manganate صح لكن sulfate لا we need barium. So B. Thank you. السلام عليكم.